Sarah from 17 once again. This is the second part to hosting in the forest with my new strength build. There's the gestures in the forest, which makes no sense because this is usually where people come to show no respect and just kill people. This is the guy, I believe, who likes to slash, backstep and do that. I've already parried him once and he didn't learn. I don't think I parry him again. I think I just smash him with the big axe. He goes for the, I believe, perhaps backpedaling for a backstab there. Can't tell. Like, look at him! Who does that? Who keeps doing the same thing they've already lost to the person with? I don't get that. It's not that good of a combo. It looks kind of cool, but it's not that good. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. But this is the same guy, I believe, and he comes now immediately with some spells, but the spells aren't powerful enough or accurate enough to really do anything, so hopefully he's learned a little bit, and he tries something different. He keeps coming towards this edge and tries to kick you off, which I find hilarious, because you can't kick somebody if they keep their shield up, and when I know you're going to kick, I'm going to keep my shield up, so it's just a bit silly, really. So there's the kick. There's the obligatory mash the R1, and because I've seen him do that, I'm probably going to try and get him to hit me. Because if he's going to try and mash R1, I can practice the setup parry on the tanky hit and parry method, which I've been practicing quite a lot. Right here, I'm almost guaranteed that he's going to do it, because, you see, he got a bit of damage, got a bit slap happy. Oh, I went for it then, but it didn't work. He missed that. Misses the running attack because he's too close. Would have been punished. Get him there with a big hit and then finish him with the second hit. Interesting fight, dude. But I just don't get it. Oh, this is a familiar face for people that have watched my hosting in the Berg. This is Angel Creator showing me how heavy weapons should be used. Because he's got this shit down, man. He really has. And without speed advantage, this guy... He's really good with this stuff. Right then, so he goes for the quick jab with nothing in his offhand, punishes my R2 with a quick R2 of his own, and then power walks forward like the Iron Golem he is. Here comes one of my NPCs. Oh, two-handed R2, and it worked. Oh, here he is, Mr. NPC. Completely forgot to kill him for some reason. There he goes, rocking that mullet like a pro. And the battle starts again. So, I don't know how high his poise is, but it must be something silly, because Wolfring and all that armour, goodness me, you can probably walk through a train. There it is again. That time it was a rolling R1. And that R2 is so good at... Wow. Just well played. Outclassed by somebody much better with these weapons. But this is him again. This is me mixing it up to... I think this is the large club. I'm not too good with the names of the club. This is the club I like. I don't like the other club. Ooh, and I like this club because of that move just then. That R2 is ridiculously good. And it's good for a lot of reasons. That's good as well, because that's completely unparryable. And it's got some wicked phantom range too, which is a little bit unfair. Like right then, I didn't mean to do it twice in a row, but God is it effective. I was just evading his crazy move. And that was a well-timed running attack, so... Good stuff, Angel. 1-1 in the heavy weapon department. And this is a new player, because he's using an eagle shield, and you don't see very many experienced players using an eagle shield, and if you do, they're almost definitely never using a dragon tooth, because that weapon is insane. And the stats it takes to use that weapon tell you that this person is spread a little thin. But he's making up for it with his pyromancies, and he doesn't have that much HP either. His vitality is about 1,000, maybe less, so... Unfortunately, he doesn't last very long, but it's all good. This weapon is a monster when it hits with that R2. But this guy's using the Quelog Fury Sword, so I immediately know that he's either going to be a really good player, or he's going to be... And I'm hoping he's going to be really good, but I can't remember this fight, and I think I would have remembered if he was, you know, really good, so... I do the rolling attack two-handed. He tries to counter it, and he does with some interesting phantom range off the Fury Sword. Then I think he goes, yeah, come on, dude. I know the worst part about this game is how much it teaches you to backstab, and then people directly carry that into PvP, but backstabbing is not the best way to play. Best way to play is just balls to the walls, but the game doesn't teach you to do that, because when you do that against the AI, you get killed a lot. This guy's lagging too, which doesn't help. Oh shit, this is that fight. Damn it. I thought I had my throwing knives on, so that's why I'm standing here taking a beating, because I didn't mean to heal. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't do healing. And I dropped this guy some humanity so that he can heal, but he doesn't take it. And afterwards I did send him a message saying that the heal was accidental, and he was cool about it, which is nice, but that sucks that. I wish you could cancel out of item use. I wish there was a lot of things. I'm gonna have to make a list of the things I want to change, like the things that should be in Dark Souls 2, because that was a mistake, and now I have a massive advantage because I'm waiting until we're both down to the same kind of life, and then I do that ridiculously powerful move, and it's just like I didn't even want to bow because it's so disgusting healing in a 1v1. But there you go. This is somebody role-playing as a thief with a halberd. It's an interesting setup. He doesn't want to return the bow, which is perfectly fine. That right there was delay input. What I mean by that, folks, is... Ooh, oh nice. Anybody who didn't catch that, that is the follow-up swing to the one-handed R2. And to do that, you just have to keep pressing R2 after you do the first swing. It's deceptive because people don't expect it. This is the same guy as well. But before, what I meant to do is I meant to go from two-handed to one-handed and then immediately follow up with the heavy attack. But the delay did not work correctly, and I ended up doing the two-handed heavy attack, which has no range at all. It's really powerful, but it's very difficult to use. This is me chasing him with a couple of roll attacks to try and land on a normal attack. There is the R2 that I'm in love with. But this guy's defending pretty well. He's not even engaging, which I don't understand. You have the speed advantage. You could get in, you could do a one slash and then block the hit. That seems like a fair trade to me. And you could even work on trying to get a backstab or something, but he's just been super defensive. And he could be new. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of reasons why people do certain things. Maybe it's a troll build and he's trying to frustrate me or something. That right there, did you see that? I gave him my back intentionally with the roll and then turned around boomer style and laid on the big club and killed him in one hit. So he's low level too, which doesn't help, because low level people do not want to engage because they know that they'll die quick. So we've got Mother's Mask, we've got Painted Guardian's lowers, we've got a Rapier user. Oh, 821 damage. That move, man, look at it. And that's my... oh, interesting. Poison Mist. Or Toxic Mist, sorry. That was another quick hit on him. You cannot afford to trade with this weapon like that. The hits just come too hard. This is me trying to lure him in for a backstab. That's what I mean, guys, when I say you can start an attack facing one direction and then turn mid-animation. It's so good for... oh, here we come. Here we go. This guy doesn't want us to fight. He wants to kill me. And luckily enough, the guy behind me doesn't join in and try and get an easy win. So kudos to whoever I'm fighting before this moron came. I got full respect for you, dude, because you're not wanting to gank in the forest, which is rare, really rare. Look at him; he's doing the little jive with his sword to tell me that he's not wanting to be a dick. And this guy's running away in all that armor, and I don't get it. Just cheeky pokes, probably going for backstabs, completely pointless. Worst kind of player, just not engaging with a super defensive build. Then he pulls out the wog. Any more for me? That's what I thought. See you later, you piece of shit. So he's gone. He's going to get the obligatory point down, because he's a new player and he's ruining the fun that me and this guy were having. So I bow to this guy, saying thank you for not being a dick, and the fight continues. Which, that is amazing for the forest, guys, because this place is nowhere near this civilized, so don't think you're going to get this very often. Ooh, well timed that, and I'm going to take double damage. There you go. That was a fantastic fireball, and this suddenly just got a whole lot more interesting. Let's have a see what's going on. So, he runs in for the giant thrust, I go for the two-handed stomp attack. Nothing. He's trying to catch me on the recovery frames from this weapon because they really do take a long time. I'm using the two-handed roll too much. I should do the standard one. Oh, that right there's a mistake and I'm going to die. Good fight. Yeah. You remember how I said the input delay when I press Y and he doesn't change back to one-handed before immediately doing the strong attack? That's exactly what just happened there, guys. But it doesn't matter because I don't mind losing to that guy. He's a respectful fighter, he's a good fighter, and it was a fun fight. This guy, however, is not any of those. This is more the type of person you're going to fight in the forest. Someone who doesn't know how to fight all that well. And I don't know, actually, this guy might be more experienced than I'm giving him credit for, because he's using such a ridiculous setup. He's got the fortune helmet, or whatever it's called. He's got is that an effigy shield? Oh no, that's the spiked shield from Kurt. And he's using the hand axe, which is really good at stun locking and stopping people backstabbing you, but it's a tough weapon to use, so I don't know what that guy is. All I know is that I'm not a big fan of running into the middle of the forest and this is I believe a subscriber or just somebody who watches the channel, and I didn't realise, and he came into the fight in full Havels and then changed to this setup that you see now because he saw that it was me, and I kick him out of his bow because I want to fight. So I do apologise about that, dude, but as you can see, people in the forest, they get my goat a lot. They get me mad because, like, you show respect and you get punished, you don't show respect and it's just a mess. And but anyhow, he's using Rickard's rapier. He's trying to parry me because he knows I'm using a strength weapon, and the parry is definitely there. I'm trying to mix myself up enough just so that I'm not too predictable and just so I can deal some damage. I expected the parry there, so I go for a backstab, but he rolled away from it. Catches me with a running attack, and his poise isn't enough to stop the one-handed halberd, so the stun lock is there if I want it. I go for the parry, I hit air. Go for the fantastic looking R2, but look at the recovery on that. I should really wait for my stamina to come back. And one thing I have noticed, guys, fighting with the heater shield, which I've got on, without the regeneration of the crest shield, definitely limits how consistently active you can be. You have to monitor your stamina a lot more, and I'm not used to that at all. Good fight though, bro. We're going to see that guy a few more times. Oh wow. Here's a Claymore guy getting a bit active with a mid-roll. Oh, and I'm going to lose. No, I'm not. I'm going to set up parry him. Interesting. I hate that with the kick. You always think you can kick them before they land their hit, but it never works. But there he goes anyway. That was interesting. Summoning failed. One thing I have noticed as well is I'm seeing a lot of white signs when I'm hosting the forest for obvious reasons, and I'm seriously contemplating doing the gank prevention as the host, because that way when I get in a really obviously, terrible player / bully in full Havels and all the cheap stuff, I can neglect to heal him, which is going to be funny, and just stand there taunting, getting backstabbed by the invader while he can't heal and things, which could be really, really funny. This is the same guy who I think is a subscriber. This time you'll notice he's using a different weapon, as am I. I'm using the club again because I love this weapon. It's so much fun to use. He's using Gravelord Nito's sword, and that attack there is really good at dead angling. And you can tell why, because it's a very wide horizontal slash. But luckily enough I had enough poise to tank the hit and then punish backstab the thrust, so it worked out in my favour there. I didn't actually mean to backstab him. It was just intended to be a strike, but you know how this game works. Oh, watch this. This guy's a baller. He's using an offhand flambird with, I think, something like a broadsword or a longsword. Yeah, it's a longsword. And he pretty much flawless victories, mate, and a lot of the hits shouldn't have connected, but they do, and I don't mind, but, like, watch this, it's absolutely flawless. I mean, it didn't technically touch me, but still, that guy's a baller. Absolute baller. This is the same dude as before, this is Hollow the Wise, shout out to that guy. This is me using a different weapon against him, this is the Black Knight Great Axe again. I think he's equipping stuff, so I'm just messing about. That's an example of starting your attack facing the wrong way and finishing it facing the other. It's not exactly difficult to do, but it is fun and interesting to try in the middle of a fight. Because, you can have all the fancy techniques you want in the world. The moment you try to do them in a fight, it becomes significantly different. This time he's using a katana. So I have the power, he has the strength. That is exactly what I'm talking about, but he's also got the dark wood grain ring, the bugger, so completely gets out of the range of it. Which, I've got nothing against that. The dark wood grain ring is a fantastic ring. I like it myself, I just haven't used it in a while. And I do think that fights without the dark wood grain ring are a lot quicker, because the normal roll is just not good enough. It really isn't to be that evasive and that easy to use the iframes to get rid of damage for things that is just really, I don't know, Darkwood Grain Ring, really powerful. I always knew it was, never realised how much until I fought people when I wasn't using it. So right now he's wanting this parry, and I'm trying not to get too predictable, so I'm trying to dead angle like a monster, and I hit him there with a really heavy hit. His vitality can't... Oh, that should have hit. He's a little bit on the low side. He gets me with a nice punish backstab there. But you'll notice, I don't think he's spec'd to use this katana, so his backstab didn't do the damage it should have done. Because I'm completely... my armour is terrible on this character. It's all for style and show. Oh, running attack. Tried to punish it, but didn't. Oh, both go for the parry. Go for the kick. Go for the parry again. This is what it turns into when you know somebody's not just a giant moron. It turns into the who can parry the other person first. Running attack again as I try and do some blasé swinging of this axe. You really feel the disadvantage of the speed when you're up against a fast weapon when you're using something like this. Like, if you land, you're in heaven, but if you don't, it can be really daunting. And this is coming down to the line here. Smog is turned up 999, and hopefully he's not going to run in and try and throw a fireball or something. And right there, poised backstab. And once again, dude, that one wasn't intentional. That was just a swing. But the way that you were positioned after the thrust made it a backstab. So, sorry about that, brother. This guy is using a Life Hunt Scythe, and he has no interest in healing. I think he's using Karmic Justice. I say healing, I mean bowing. Oh, wow. Wow, bleed, bleed, where is the red blooms? There you go, get that down your neck. Goodness me. That scythe builds bleed like something chronic. But that happens because you're way too eager to run at me and swing, dude. You need to mix it up a little bit. The R2s on that weapon are fantastic. You need to discover them. But just don't haul them, because they're the worst people, them who do nothing but running R1 with a scythe, or R2, R2. But I understand it, because it is the most effective and the safest way to use a scythe. And speaking of scythes, that right there tells me he's unlocked and he's going for a dead angle. He's also doing the running attack, so I tried to parry it, but it's too close. You'll notice I'm using the Man Serpent Greatsword, or as I like to call it, the Face Stomper. And unfortunately he went for the normal swing. I was expecting the R2. I hit him with a parry, and that shows that he's got really low life, because I one-shot him with the parry. And I actually sent him a message asking him what his vitality is. But here we've got a red. He's using a... Is that a Silver Knight Spear? No. Yeah, I think that's a Silver Knight Spear. And he likes poking me. But luckily enough for me, I do know the setup parry for those spears. I have been practicing it a little bit. And you can't spam, guys. It's one of those things where if you're up against somebody who knows the mechanics of the parry, spamming will get you parried every time. I got parried last night because I was unlocked and I kind of thought that he wouldn't be able to land it, but he was close enough and he did. And it's just one of those things where, like, you know that it can happen, and it still can catch you, so you need to be extra careful. But this is somebody with a rapier and a smaller shield. That rapier must have the Leo ring on, because it's doing... I don't know, actually, I don't have too much armour on, and it's doing some significant damage to me, and this guy's just outspeeding me, really. I'm thinking that my only real way of winning is probably landing a parry as that guy comes in and then tries to cheap shot me and still bows. So yeah, check him out. But we got another spear user. This time it's the Dragon Slayer spear. One of the most annoying and overused spears in the game because it's cheap and it's long, and this guy's another spammer, so that's what you get. And anybody that doesn't know the setup parry for faster weapons, you need to take one hit. The instant you get hit, you need to throw the parry out, and you will parry them. That's a drill. Fucking hell. That is a backstab. Fingers crossed we won't have too much of the drill, because there is some work being done downstairs, but not a lot I can do about that, guys. Alright then, we've got someone here with a bandit's knife. They're in full dress up. We've got pyromancy, because, you know, pyromancy is the go-to weapon that does a hell of a lot of damage. There's no stat investment, and it takes no skill to use unless you're unlocking or you're combining spells. Something that a guy called Dark Souls Mind Eye does extremely well. That is somebody low level trying to get souls or just trying to troll, which don't make any sense in the forest, or maybe it's just a low vitality build. I have no idea, but Adventure Mog, farewell. Ooh, Knight Solier, which is obviously Solier spelled wrong because it's probably taken. This is somebody who's played PvP a lot, and they're now currently doing silly things to entertain themselves. Oh, actually, this is the guy using a proper build. I fought this dude yesterday, and he was wearing a full Bandit's cosplay, using the Bandit's dagger, and the Bandit's dagger wasn't upgraded because it was doing no damage at all. So yeah, this is somebody who's more than capable of being a very competent player, but they've got to the point where they're doing really crazy and, you know, creative things to keep the fighting entertaining. And I'm using every element of my weapons, which one of them just so happens to be the ability to twop. So, just then, that is the first time I have ever Tranquil walked anybody. I've never used the spell, that's the first time I've used the effect. And I point him down because he was firing arrows at me from a distance. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but there's no ill will there, that's just me showing that I don't really enjoy people doing that. This is somebody with a Drake sword, which tells you everything you need to know about that fight. Don't understand coming in the forest with stuff like that. Oh, this one's a good one. This is another good player. You'll notice he's got a sack on his head, so he's aware of the Twitch streams and he watches Twitch players. Goes for the setup parry there. It's like, come on, bro. You're using a dark hand. And you'll notice Hornet Ring Dark Hand. And Poise. And it's just one of those things where it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Then he starts going for backstabs. It's like, really, dude? You're playing handicapped and you're going to play cheap when you handicap yourself? What the fuck is that about? He does get the parry, though, which is perfectly fine. But look at it, look at it. Oh, it does nothing. So, 3-part parry, though. I thought that was quite good. And I'm just like, is this guy serious? Is he going to pull a weapon out soon, or is this just how it's going to be? So, there goes the twop and the obligatory backstab. It's like, come on, brother. Play the game. This is just strange. And there you go. And somebody's just invaded. My weapon's broken or at risk, so I'm probably going to swap it out quickly. There we go. And we'll see what this next guy wants. So, there is a lot of fun to be had in the forest. There's a lot of random stuff. It's very strange. This guy wants a fair fight, or he wants to bow at least. Doesn't mean he's a fair player, he might be a massive knobhead, but you don't know until you fight. And I guess we'll soon find out. So there's a pine resin on a katana. Oh, I'm gonna get backstabbed. No, that was very lucky. So I go for the poke from the greatsword. It's a really good move with Leo. I'm not wearing Leo, but it's still great. Oh, goodness me. What's that, 2/3 of his life in one smash? You can't trade with these heavy weapons if you're using a katana. You really can't. They do too much damage. Oh, backstabbed me. Saw it coming a little bit too late. Tells you exactly what kind of person you're up against. The kind that panic backstabs when they start losing. And a lot of people do that. But I can do it too. So, you know, bear that in mind. If you're good at backstabbing, chances are the person you're fighting is probably good too. So this is a sack bro, another sack bro, another katana, and oh no, so it's not a katana, that is a boulder side sword. Can't believe it is anyway. Either that or it's an S-stock. Can't quite tell from the distance, but I think it's a boulder. This person, yeah, it's definitely a boulder. There's the obligatory poke, but they got punished for it then. But look at that fucking damage. Those pokes are insane. And the biggest problem with that poke is its phantom range. I wouldn't mind the poke. Oh, I knew that was coming, and I just couldn't get it out quick enough. Oh, wow. And the halberd. Interesting. And somebody we fought before. Ooh. That's good use of iframes. That was a well-fought victory. Literally speed. Speed kills heavy weapons. Anybody who thinks heavy weapons are overpowered, speed kills them. You've just got to use it correctly, and it's the same way around as well. Anybody who thinks, you know, katanas are underpowered, the speed is what makes them. But thank you for watching anyhow, guys. I think there's going to be another part. That's the drill. He somehow managed to not drill while we were talking, so that's quite thankful, fucking Mr. Driller. But have a good one, people, and you take care now.